Welcome to another video. In this episode, we're going to be dealing with the article from the People's Voice. So all praise to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. This video will be entitled, UN Declares War on Free Speech. Or, people with non-mainstream views must be ostracized from society. All right, so the whole article is UN declares war on free speech. People with non-mainstream views must be ostracized from society. All right, so non-mainstream views is the popular majority. It's the narrative that the world goes with. Okay, and as you know, the Hebrew Israelites in particular, we don't go with mainstream views, or should I say GMS of the Hebrew Israelites don't go with mainstream views. Now, before we go on, let's look at the word ostracize.
Ostracize.
And it says exclude someone from a society or group. So when it says that UN declares that people with non-mainstream views must be ostracized from society, that's another way of them excluding us from society. And similar words are exclude, shun, spurn, cold shoulder, reject, repudiate. Now, if you look at the word shun, it says persistently avoid, ignore, or reject someone or something through antipathy or caution. And we know that very well. Ostracize also, it says in ancient Greece, banish an unpopular or too powerful citizen from his city for 5 or 10 years by popular vote. Salakia. Let's look a little further than that. Ostracism, no, ostracize, from Merriam-Webster says to exile by ostracism, a type of exiling. Okay, from dictionary.com, ostracize, to exclude by general consent from society, friendship, conversation, privileges, etc. Cambridge Dictionary, to prevent someone from being part of a group because you dislike the person or disapprove of something. And that's really what society wants to do. Okay, they want to ostracize us, really demonize, you know. Vocabulary.com says if you banish someone or ignore him, you ostracize him. See? So, but the Lord told us how it was going to be when it comes to us teaching the truth. One last one. Maybe two. Collins Dictionary, ostracize. If someone is ostracized, people deliberately behave in an unfriendly way towards them and do not allow them to take part in any of their social activities, which that would be welcome because we hate you people anyway. We hate your activities and we hate you. From the Free Dictionary, ostracize, to exclude by general consent from society, privileges, etc., to banish a person from his or her native country. That's good enough. So you get the idea of the word ostracize, right? But when it comes to the ministry of the prophets, the Most High, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, has commanded or asked a question, but he has also commanded us that we be the ones that come against, the wickedness of this world. Now, this is going to be Isaiah. We'll start at Isaiah 59 and verse 13. It says, in transgressing and lying against the Lord and departing away from our God, speaking oppression and revolt, conceiving and uttering from the heart words of falsehood. You see here. And judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth afar off, for truth is fallen in the street, and equity cannot enter. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth, let me read that again. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. And he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his own arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness is sustained him. And this is what the Lord is going to do. It says, for he put on righteousness as a breastplate and an helmet of salvation upon his head. And he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing and was clad with zeal as a cloak. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will pay recompense. Okay, so the Lord is going to bring the recompense. But I want to get up here. Verse 15, yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. And that's what we're dealing with now. The brothers out there that depart from evil, because this society is evil. The Lord told us to be in the world, but not of the world. Okay, and that's just the bottom line. So we can't go along with mainstream views, because these views don't measure up or they don't come in line with the words of the Lord. So we don't have anything to do with this society. Now let's read Psalms 94 and verse 16. It says, I start at 14. It says, for the Lord will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance, which Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. It says, but judgment shall return unto righteousness, and all the upright in heart shall follow it. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? And the answer is we will, right? We're going to stand up against these workers of iniquity. We're going to tell them about their, these things that they brought forth that are now people are getting sick left and right, people dropping dead. We told them not to do it. If they come with another one, we're going to tell them not to take that. When you come with your chip, your mark of the beast, we're going to tell them don't take that. We're going to preach against it. We're going to go against everything that's not in line with the words of the Lord. Okay, period. So again, who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Unless the Lord had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence. When I said my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. And that's what we depended upon. We depend on the word of the Lord, on the Lord himself, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to uphold us, to keep us from sliding, because we doing the work. We're doing a job that the Lord sent us forth to do. All right, this is John chapter 3. And this world haters, we understand that. Okay, as a matter of fact, let's go to John 15 and verse 18. It says, disciples' relation to the world. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. And we understand that. And we accept the world hating us, because look, if this world is evil and wicked, then we accept the fact that they hate us. Now let's get into this article a little bit. All right, let's read a little more that it says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin. So, being that we brought forth the warnings, we are innocent of your blood out there. If you wind up perishing behind any of these things that these people are bringing forth, that's on you. The Lord sent forth counsel to warn you. Verse 23 says, he that hateth me hateth my Father also. All right. So it's really the Most High that you hate. Now let's read this article a little bit, which really I started getting into the scriptures. I kind of forgot about it. Anyway, this is from July 5th, 2024. UN declares war on free speech. People with non-mainstream views must be ostracized from society. It says the United Nations has ramped up its war against free speech and declared that people who consume or share non-mainstream views must be severely punished and ostracized from society. So wait a minute. Not only will you be excluded from society, but you also must be punished. You can use your imagination on that. It says Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General of the UN, released the globalist latest game plan for population control surveillance, and censorship of views the globalist organization views problematic. Salakia. It says the globalist operation named Global Principles for Information Integrity seeks to put an end to, quote, harmful misinformation, disinformation, and hate speech online, all while upholding human rights such as freedom of speech. These people are damn hypocrites. So you see that right there, hate speech, right? Harmful misinformation, disinformation, and hate speech, end quote, online while upholding human rights such as the freedom of speech. So they're gonna crack down on freedom of speech, and just like what YouTube is doing, whenever you put up a video dealing with the MOTB, they'll say medical misinformation, right? Or they'll call it disinformation, and brothers even got flagged for hate speech because we getting on these Edomites. You see. Read a little more of this. It says naturalnews.com reports Guterres presented the game plan with a sense of urgency, commanding governments, technology companies, the media, and advertisers to take control and establish official narratives while quashing opposition voices. So they're going to label something the way they want to label it if you're in opposition to what they're doing. It says the UN supports big tech's algorithmic control over the information stream online and seeks to control online speech further. A global body of elites seek to delete what they believe is the disinformation, and they seek to discredit and demonetize the voices of dissent. All the censorship coming from global power systems is war on free speech, but it's also war on truth, so that these power systems cannot be held to account for their abuses. Now, I noticed something in here. It says they're going to demonetize voices of dissent. So guess what? You're going to have a lot more watered down shows. They're going to be unwilling to tell you the real truth because they're going to be afraid of losing their sponsorship or their monetization on YouTube and other platforms. Okay, so look forward to that. You're going to have a lot more sellouts. That's why it's important that you're watching the videos put forth by the men of the Lord. I remember this brother saying on the comment board that dude Anton Daniels, he used a lot of clickbait titles, but when you listen to his videos, that he really doesn't bring out the information. It's just to get people to watch, and that's correct because that dude is not a man of the Lord. He too worried about money. See, we have been bought off. You can't buy us off. You can't pay us off. We're gonna bring forth the word of truth. So I'll make sure to put this article on the comment board as well as in the description. There's a lot of stupid shit going on. Yeah, so I'm not gonna read all of it, but you see it, and really what that's leading to is the famine of the word. Now, before I do that, whenever you deal with truth, people don't really want to hear the real truth. They want to hear the popular opinion. They want the mainstream view. This is John 3 verse 18. It says, he that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High. And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. That's why people go along with the popular opinion, because they're darkened themselves. It says, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High. See? So those that, if your spirit is with the truth, you're going to come to the truth. Otherwise, you'll be the one saying that we dangerous conspiracy theorists. You're gonna be all right with us being ostracized from society, which we're fine with it. The Lord told us it's gonna be this way. This is yet another way that the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, is gonna bring about the famine of the word. He's gonna use these devils, these different groups, and these elites and different people to bring about the famine of the word. Okay, so this is Amos 8 verse 11. And and you're very familiar with it. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. See that? So people are gonna be looking for this truth, but you ain't gonna be able to find it. This articles like these that we've been reading, and other little legislations and stuff that been setting up. This is assuring that you Israelites have been playing games, that you won't always be able to play games and receive this word. We told you the Lord is gonna cut the word off. Verse 13 says, in that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. You see? So you're going to be dying of thirst, wanting to get this truth and know where to get it from. This is Ezekiel 7:25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Now, we didn't say ain't going to be no Israelite videos, because there probably still will be. They're going to be bought off groups, paid off. They're going to be still teaching like normal, Well, not like normal, but they're gonna be still teaching, and they're gonna give you that fluffy shit. You see, you people that's been following groups for entertainment and flash, they may continue to give you that because them groups are bought off and paid for. We told you that already. It says, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and counsel from the ancients. The king shall mourn, and the prince shall be clothed with desolation, and the hands of the people of the land shall be troubled. I will do unto them after their way, according to their deserts, and according to their deserts will I judge them, and they shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. So the Lord is going to bring forth the famine of the word. The only people that's going to have the truth is going to be safely with, if this is the right verse, the truth is going to be safely with the Lord's men. All right, this is Isaiah 8:13. It says, sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And he shall be for a sanctuary, that's to the elect, a place of safety, but for a stone of stumbling, and for a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Right. See, so the Lord is going to bring forth that famine of the word, and many of you now are already stumbling, and you are already offended. This is a trap unto you. King David prayed that prayer, let that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. So a lot of you are ensnared in your emotions, feelings, out of darkness. Your understanding has been darkened by the Lord, and you don't know right from left. A lot of you are caught up in money, being damn life coaches and selling fitted hats. Verse 15 says, and many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken and be snared and be taken. And that's you out there just following after these weirdos. It says, bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples. Right. The Lord is going to bind up his testimony. He's going to close it up. He's going to have it to where nobody can get the truth. The only one's going to have the truth is his elect. They're learning it now. That's getting understanding now. And then when the famine of the word and Jacob's trouble set in and all of that, people ain't going to be able to get the truth. It's going to be only with his elect. That's it. And that includes women as well. The Lord going to have the word, those that can receive it now. Lord willing, you remain. And, at that time, it says, bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples. So if you're a disciple of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you got nothing to worry about. You're a disciple of Yahweh Shai, because the truth is going to be with you. All right. So that's it. These people can try to ostracize us from society. It doesn't matter. We're looking forward to it. We'll see you again with another lesson, Lord willing. All praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.